Anti-NATO and pro-Palestine protests in Montreal led to violent confrontations, accusations of anti-Semitism,
a radical anti-Semitic, anti-Canadian mob,
and destruction. The events became a viral talking point.
No justice, no peace, they say. This is their reasonings for burning down the streets of Montreal.
Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre also posted a video showing Justin Trudeau at a Taylor Swift concert while, quote, Montreal burned. We reviewed and verified social media from the night of the riot and obtained exclusive footage to show how it unfolded. Let's map it out. On Thursday, students from multiple colleges and universities kicked off 2 days of pro-Palestine protests inside campus buildings and on the streets. This woman, who is not a student, is spotted giving a Nazi salute.
Final solution is coming your way.
2 days later, she's identified as the owner of 2 Second Cup coffee franchises, and the company closes her cafes. The student protests continue into Friday and join up with anti-NATO demonstrations organized by Divest for Palestine and the convergence of anti-capitalist struggles. Roughly 800 people first gather at the Place des Arts. At 6:25 p.m., as the crowd moves down Saint-Urbain, things appear to escalate. Police try to grab a banner from protesters and fire tear gas, but they keep moving. As you can see from multiple angles, as officers regroup, protesters throw fireworks. This person with the white helmet approaches them, and police fire something at him. At 6:31 p.m., a protester wearing black clothing and a mask, using black bloc tactics, smashes a window. The Black Bloc movement is known to routinely cause destruction at demonstrations. The crowd continues moving again towards the Montreal Convention Centre, where NATO delegates were attending over the weekend. At 6:35 p.m., some protesters, also dressed like Black Bloc, begin smashing windows with hammers and rocks under the pedestrian sky bridge. Police use fencing to push protesters through downtown Montreal along Avenue Vigier. Minutes later, police charge at the protesters, firing more tear gas. The journalists covering the protest get help from others. Just around the corner, away from the main crowd, police swing a baton at these protesters. Medical reports we obtained show the people in these photos suffered head injuries and contusions. One of them had a hand fracture and will need surgery. Montreal police say there were no reports of any injuries except to one of their own. Protesters are now on Rue de Bleury. The police line continues to push them back.
Owing to the infractions committed, we order you to disperse.
Then this, a car catching fire. This was the viral image used by influencers and politicians to claim Montreal was burning, and something police initially blamed protesters for. But when we review this exclusive video, it's not that clear. At 6:42 p.m., remember, police have now charged up the street. You can see the black Mercedes, and at this point, smoke is coming out, and then flames, which are immediately put out by police. All this happens behind police lines and in seconds. And looking closer at that window, you can see a small object has pierced it. The protests end roughly 30 minutes later, but the fallout continues. Remember, Montreal police initially blamed the car fires on organized violence by some demonstrators.
We have a group that was organized. It wasn't there for the cause. It was there just to destroy the windows, the cars.
But 2 days later, police backtracked, saying they now don't know if protesters started this car fire. Friday's demonstration was also denounced as anti-Semitic.
There is never any room for anti-Semitism, for hatred, for discrimination, for violence.
But police say they have no reports of anti-Semitic incidents directly linked to the Friday protests. Organizers say they've been falsely accused of anti-Semitism and condemn violence against protesters by police. Montreal's mayor attributed the acts of violence to a small group of professional demonstrators. And the police said an extreme left group unrelated to the pro-Palestinian demonstrators was responsible for most of the destruction. At least 3 people have been arrested, with police saying there will be more.